try and get teams. If that's the one they use on the news, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Mark can see us. Oh, through the cameras there. Yeah, that's right. What shirt has he got on? What shirt is it? I think
He's got the Smack Panda one on.
Oh, man, he's got a Kung Fu belt on as well. Primo.
Has he got a Kung Fu belt on?
Oh,
Sorry, back.
that's awesome. You're looking good, man.
Can you see me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going to try the intro and see if you can hear it.
All right. I got it.
All right, it's working. That's great. What beer you got, man?
Bluey. Shit.
Oh, is that from the cartoon on TV?
Oh, man. No, I only got it because of that. And it was the day that they announced the lockdowns down here.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd better go get a case to get me through it. And I was in there for probably 15 minutes and I couldn't decide, and they didn't have the ones I wanted. And these just jumped out at me, and they were cheap as, and I know why they were so cheap now.
Yeah.
First mouthful, instant regret, but yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hey, you boys can...
Are we going to do an intro? I think.
Was that?
Yeah, we're back.
We're back, man.
What episode is it?
34.
Episode 34.
Holy
Shit.
moly, man.
It's been a while. It's been a hot minute.
It's way too long.
Well, we were hoping to not have to do this, but we're doing it because it looks like we're going to be locked down for a wee while.
Yeah.
Adam and I are in different studios, obviously.
Yeah, mine looks exactly like the Panda studio. So
Yeah, mine doesn't.
Yours is... Willie's is the first studio. Matt's is
Yeah,
the
that's right. Yours is the third.
mine's a fucking toilet.
how's the shed build going?
Hey?
How's the gym build going?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. So it's the first handy thing I've ever done in my life. I've installed a pull fence around the outside strength bit,
Yeah, yes.
and put some plyboard line in the shed. So it's not all finished, but I've got some more stuff today to finish off the section that I'm going to. All the bags are up. It's good. It's pretty much done.
Did you go to? You went to Bunnings?
Mate, I've been there a few times. I'm like, I even go to the tradie bit.
Yeah. You just go to the tradie bit. It makes you feel good, you know. They don't have. I noticed the one at Wollongong. They don't have a QR sign-in thing at the tradie bit.
Yes.
Yeah, so you try and do the right
Okay,
thing.
go on.
But I noticed I'm extending the deck here, and they were out of wood, man. I got the last of the Merbau planks, and certain lengths. Like there wasn't a lot there, man. Everyone's stuck at home and just building. I think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a la Mark.
So, hello.
Hey.
Mini Panda guest. Say hello.
Hello. Looking like it. Evie a lot.
She looks like Hasbulla. Have you seen that little Hasbulla on YouTube?
Nah.
Really, have you seen? You should see him in the jacket. She loves him. Who is it, babe?
Hezbollah.
Hasbulla.
You know the little. He's trying to get a fight. Who's he trying to fight?
That other little guy.
Yeah. He's got.
They're not
he's
even.
got the belt
I don't know
on
what their condition. What is it, Willie? What do they call that? They're not dwarfs.
and-
They're
No,
just.
I don't know.
They look like little kids forever.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Alf? There's a pixie syndrome or something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah,
they
little
look.
pixies.
They all look about I don't know, 5 or 6 or so.
Yeah. Man, so how's Nara treating you, man?
Yeah, it's good. It's been quiet. I'm actually not even ashamed to say I enjoy being down here now.
Oh, that's great. Awesome.
Flip the switch, man. I always thought you had to get out of here to be content, but now coming back after all these years, I'm like,
You're home.
you just have to change. Just about getting away to change who you are or evolve and grow, and then it doesn't really matter where you are.
Yeah, it doesn't know. Like wherever you are, you're still there. You're still going to
Yeah.
make something happen for yourself or whatever, you know.
Yeah, that Hezbollah's got GHD. It's growth hormone deficiency or something.
Oh, yeah, human. Okay.
Yeah, growth hormone deficiency.
That's a tasty looking beer. Even if it does taste like shit, it looks all right.
I mean, it's not there yet. It's all right. It'll do the job.
Yeah.
Man, so much has been happening in the world.
So, yeah, well, that's right. Yeah. Where are we going to
Jesus.
start? We need to unpick it all from Nowra and give us the Nowra view on things, you know.
Oh, mate, things are, I don't know, they seem normal down here. Just a little bit quieter.
Well, actually, I've gotten used to it, you know. The kids have been at home for 9 weeks or something now. And it's,
Shit.
I
What do they need school? Like,
not
you need to get rid of
it's, I don't know, I'm doing the homeschooling thing and stuff, and it's just, you know, I suppose every generation thinks the schooling of the next generations is pretty crap, but God, man, some of the stuff they do on the homeschool, it's, I don't know. It's not like it used to be where you just have whole sheets of equations and you just got to learn how to do the equations now. It's all really hard to grasp, you know. I don't know. I find it really fucking annoying, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. What do you mean it's hard to grasp? Is it there? Are they changing things like the way they learn it?
Well, not massive. Yeah, I think they're changing things, but they're also just not. I don't think they do any rote learning. You know, where you just got to do the same thing over and over again. But I think when you're in primary, you have to do the same thing over and over again.
That's how you remember shit.
Yeah, you have to do the times tables and shit. It's repetition is everything, and I think they're really trying to stay away from it. And like Arlo got up on Friday and he went to open the computer and he was and he's like, and he just started crying. He goes, I just don't want to do this shit. You know, like, it's horrible. And I looked at the stuff. I'm like, it's just so.
Yeah, they need their social.
Airy-fairy. It's just like, fucking give us something to do, you know? What did you like about the book? What's your favourite book? How many cupcakes are here? And like a lot of it's just extremely simple, you know, like just way too simple. And then other stuff is just like university. What's your take on this story? And la-di-da. I'm like, he's 7 years old, for fuck's sake. He hasn't got a take on this story.
No, he just reads the book and enjoys it.
Yeah. That's a bit frustrating. But we just went to Big W and got some of those like old school books, you know, maths books and comprehension books.
Textbooks.
Yeah, textbooks. And he's just going through those, man, and it's working.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's gone backwards, like because he went to Montessori when he was from the age of like 3 to 5 or 6, and at the age of 4 they're doing like long addition. At the age of 5 they're doing multiplication, you know. And then he went to our local school, which is a good school and they're cool and everything, but they were learning how to count from 1 to 10, you know, at the age of 6, and that it's just so different. And it's not, I don't know, something's happened to public education. It's gone. Like I was talking to my mate Colin about it, and his mum, you know, she went through to public education in the 50s.
Elementary now, is it?
Yeah.
A bit basic.
She went through in the 50s, and she came out of primary school, and they were speaking Latin, and their handwriting was beautiful. And this is like getting into high school. So they just expected a lot more out of their kids. I don't know.
I think that's probably got something to do with it, though, is that no one wants anyone's feelings hurt anymore, and you know, everyone's a winner, and God forbid we fucking suck at anything for a bit. Like, that's how you get better at it.
That's right.
You gotta suck. Yeah, absolutely.
Grow.
So that's,
me, right now, I'm trying to get my head around all this stuff. I can't even get comfortable to sit.
What are you on? You on a laptop? Or you?
Yeah, but I've just, like, I had a stool, then I had a little music stool, and now I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
No, that's good. We'll be all right, though, because we got the good cameras. Because you got your shitty one there. So, so we're going to look great.
Good beautifying.
Yeah, man. What else is going on?
I think out of everyone that probably it's affecting the kids the most.
Yeah, I think so.
Because socially, it's like, it's not good for them to not be around anyone, I don't think.
No, they need that social growth.
Yeah, like Evie's been off school for 9 or 10 weeks as well, because she's up there, obviously, usually. And we can't get up because I've been off work as well. I can't go up to work. So, like, I just noticed with her, she just misses interaction.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time. And you see it in him. Like, I actually feel bad for her. A lot of the time when I look at her, I'm like, she just needs to play with kids and chat to them. And, you know, it's shit enough for us, but some of us like Hermit in a way for a bit.
Yeah, yeah, same.
There's no difference for me.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if this stuff keeps going on and off for a while. this generation, like socially, if they have
it's
any.
really bad for it, man. I know, like down in Melbourne, they've been in lockdown almost, really, they're only out for a couple of months, now they're back in it. And youth suicide rates have gone up, self-harm and stuff. It's really dangerous, and I think that side of the story has not been spoken about, really enough. Like, we need to balance what's going on. If the idea is to save lives, and it is, are we saving lives? Like, more lives?
Yeah.
And
trying to work. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Well, no, there's an interesting thing happening as well in society with COVID, a bloody COVID again, but with this vaccine thing, and a different thing with the vaccine, from what I can see, is they don't stop you passing it on. So you can be fully vaccinated, and if I'm not vaccinated, or even if I am vaccinated, I'll still catch it off you, but you won't get sick. So it stops you going. It's pretty good at stopping you going to hospital. But
is it though?
Evidently.
There's a lot of statistics to say, I think, isn't that good?
Yeah, well, that's right. It's getting worse.
A lot of people saying it's fucking shit.
Well, I think, but even let's say that it is really good, but if you can still pass it on, I don't understand what the issue of people not getting vaccinated is. It's fair enough if you get vaccinated and it stops you from passing it on, then we should all get vaccinated because we'll just kill the disease. But if you can pass it on when you're vaccinated anyway, and I'm at a restaurant, you're not vaccinated, you can't give it to me. Well, you can give it to me. It doesn't matter. I'm vaccinated, but I can give it to you, and you can die supposedly because you're not vaccinated. But that's your call. I think.
I think that's all they want is their choice.
Yeah, but
I think that's all they. I don't know.
But this 80%, and we can open up, and I just don't understand their thing. If we can open up, then can't we open up now? Like
exactly, because if you want to be vaccinated bad enough, you can get it.
You can get it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's true freedom. Like having the choice whether you can or whether you don't. Like,
no one said we're free.
Yeah.
Hey?
No one really said we're free.
Yeah,
and I think it's a balancing act, because if this was Ebola or the zombie apocalypse, well, then I think fucking A, we need to, everyone needs to get vaccinated. We need to do it. But it's a really bad flu, and heaps of people have died of flu every year, and it's just gone on for too long, man. Like it's
2
really
years.
It's affecting all our lives. It's like, hold up, this is getting a bit ridiculous now. I think
we're in the same position as we were last year.
Yeah.
Now, like it's so stupid.
Well, it's worse now because the government's not helping people out as much as they were last year. So all these businesses like yours and that, they're fucked. There should be no rents and no mortgages until this lockdown's over. If you've got a business, like we've got friends that are hairdressers and own cafes, they're still paying like $2,000 a week rent and they can't open. And they say, we won't boot you out, but you'll pay us, $60,000 when you open up. It's fucked. They shouldn't have to pay anything.
Because then you're just fighting up for lost time. There should be like a law in place that just puts a freeze on everything.
Absolutely. Why not freeze it?
Nixon put a freeze on all debt for 3 months.
Yeah.
That was back in, when was he in office? 70s?
60s, late 60s, early 70s.
Should be done with no interest, no backlash.
That's right.
And he did it, it wasn't COVID.
The economy just shuts, freezes down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And so I can understand those people. That protested. I'm like, you're in Western Sydney, you fucking, you're getting behind in the rent and shit, and you're getting no help. It's like, this is bullshit, like, fair enough, okay, if the government wants you to stay home, well, they got to come to the party.
Yeah.
No one should be left behind, in this. Because if you're generally in the eastern suburbs, you've got a bit more money, it doesn't really matter if you don't have to go to work. You've got money in the bank, but if you don't, life's really tough for you. So it's fucking annoying. Actually,
it's a weird headspace to be in, and it's a weird thing to argue because, like, we all understand it from where we're at and the lifestyles we're accustomed to living to, and
it's all about perspective.
It's all our problems are in here, but then you look at the news and what's happening in Afghanistan and shit, and you're like, oh, COVID's not, what's going on here?
Well, we're just talking about there's no masks over in.
So bad.
No mask on Afghanistan. Well, there's lots of burqas, I suppose, so that's kind of a mask.
It is. Yeah.
But
only for the women, though.
Well,
so they won't get COVID.
Some young boys have to wear it as well.
Do they?
Taliban they seem pretty straight kind of cats, but when you actually look at some of the processes the Taliban do, is pretty weird. When women aren't allowed to get out there and be normal, there's things where they dress up young boys.
Wow.
As ladies and get them to dance and all that type of stuff.
Have you seen photos of Afghanistan with from the 70s?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
They're all got big frizzy afro hair and.
The history of Afghanistan, like that's what fucks me off at the moment about the crocodile tears Biden's shedding and all that. You know, the Yanks are the ones that destroyed Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It was a fucking happening place in the 70s, man. They had their own democratic government. Women were allowed to go
It
to
was
the
the Russians first, wasn't it?
No, well, actually, the Russians
wasn't too bad.
even do it. No, it was actually they had their own little revolution, got rid of the dictator in I think it was late 60s. You know, there was 90% illiteracy in the late 60s. By the early 70s, there was 70% illiteracy. 70% of people in universities were women. And they had some great fucking funk rock and shit going on. It was all happening, and the standard of living was going really well and all that. And then the Yanks thought, fuck, we're going to stick it to the Russians. And if we put Muslim fundamentalists in Afghanistan, they're going to go mental, kill everyone, and they'll start attacking the Russians. And we'll draw Russia into this, or the Soviet Union as it was then, we'll draw them into this quagmire, as every quagmire is in Afghanistan. You can't beat the place. And it'll destroy the Russians, and it did. And so, and the Americans, like the CIA documents and all that, they knew what they were doing to Afghanistan. They knew what they were going to do to the women there, and the horror that was going to be envisioned. And they didn't give a fuck. You know,
they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck, man.
That Chomsky book, that failed states, the amount of terrorists that are living in New York, that are there's extradition laws. You know, like the countries that they went and fucking terrorized want them to stand trial, and the Americans just ignore it.
Well, there's one in Florida. There's a guy, and he actually full on, like there's a Cuban airliner. I think 300 people got blown up.
Yeah, Palasoda.
Yeah, they called him the Bin Laden of South America. He fucking blew up all these planes in there.
Yeah, he's working for the CIA.
Yeah,
in Nicaragua or something like that.
Yeah. So just the horror they did to those poor bastards in Afghanistan. You know, it's shocking.
That was the drug trade.
Well, the Taliban actually got rid of all the drugs. That was the issue. They stopped all opium production, and as soon as the Yanks went in there, the opium farms started again, and they got their opium supply back. So
it's so fucking crooked. I mean, the more podcasts I listen to with people that were like this, I mean, it's the first episode back. We've got to plug Rogan, right? But he's had so many people on that just expose like these plans, and they all turn out to be like on par.
Yep.
The stuff that you wouldn't believe if you hear it before time, and now it's exposed, and it's like there's so much information thrown at us. It's almost like no one pays attention to these things that are actually brought to the surface. You know,
I think everyone's just got amnesia every couple of years. We just forget.
Our media do it to us though. Like the Afghanis don't forget; they remember all this shit. The Vietnamese haven't forgotten, but in the West, we're taught to forget. Like, why do you have to go to Joe Rogan or alternative media to hear this stuff? Why isn't it all plastered over our media? You know, we all know that because it's a propaganda machine.
And it doesn't shock us anymore, though. That shock value's gone. Yeah. It's kind of like we've been fucked that many times that
but
pretty loose.
They still forget it, and then like now they want to Russia anti-China now. That's the thing. Let's fucking have a war. I'm like, is this the same shit we did of Iraq and Vietnam and Libya and Afghanistan? It's the same fucking thing, man. And it's if the population really didn't want it to happen and got off their ass and protested, then it wouldn't happen. You know, if you're gonna.
But there's so much like civilly, there seems to be enough distraction for us to not be bothered with what's going on internationally, I think.
Well, it's funny with like we're talking about the COVID thing, and it is annoying, but it got people off their asses, you know, and people getting involved in the debate. But, you know, Julian Assange has been in jail for 10 years, and you know, like our kids, they can, like if, Arlo, my boy, is 8 or turning 8, he could be walking down the street and an anti-terrorist cop could pick him up and put him in jail for 3 months and doesn't have to tell us. Like, these laws passed years ago, man.
We've got some of the worst anti-terrorism laws in the world.
Yeah, and no judge has to look at it or any shit, man. Oh, shit, upgrade now. Hey, we're going to pause it there and we'll get right back to you guys, okay? Because we're not paying for Zoom. Fuck them. Right, won't be a sec.
Is Mark still there?
I think he's gone.
Fuck.
Okay, I'll sit up. Oh, fuck, I gotta let him in. This is going to be fun. He's back. Back.
Hey.
Oh, this is fucked.
We only get 40 minutes, man.
Oh, man, I saw the time
record.
tick in, and I just thought you must know what's going on.
Recording in progress.
Oh, yeah. Wow, we're on a roll then as well. It was great. What
Wow.
were we talking about?
I don't know. We're worried about amnesia and fucking...
Yeah, COVID does it.
Yeah.
You forget shit.
That first go, mate. We've never experienced this on-screen stuff before.
Zoom virgins.
It's weird.
We are. It is weird.
Yeah.
I think we'll get used to it if we have to.
Well, I think we're going to have to,
Yeah.
man. Like Christmas or some insanity, eh?
Crazy.
We went to Afghanistan, though, didn't we?
Yeah, we've done...
We flew around
covered
Afghanistan.
that.
We covered that. So,
Covered
actually,
COVID.
we haven't covered it all together. So, my hope for Afghanistan, I think they really care about what I hope for them, is looks like, you know, the Russians, the head of the Taliban, or their second in command or whatever, he went over to Moscow about, I think it was 2 or 3 months ago, and met with Putin. And Putin said, right, we'll recognise your government, but stop the terrorism shit and don't cut any ladies' heads off. Like, stop the head cutting shit. And they said they would. So it'd be interesting to see how that goes. Like they said, they would let girls still go to university, just had to wear the garment. And then the Chinese went and met with the Taliban. That was about 6 weeks ago as well, because everyone knew the Yanks were going to get out. And they said, look, if you stop all the terrorism shit, we'll let you in the Belt and Road Initiative, which is I think the Chinese are spending like $7 trillion on building roads and railways and ports all around the world. And the Taliban said, yeah, we want that. So where violence failed, as it always does, hopefully business can step in there, you know, and the Taliban might say, hey, it's nice having the roads.
Have you ever tried to say that cat's fucking his whole name? Have you read it?
No.
Holy shit, it's long.
What
Give
cat?
it a go, mate.
The guy that run the Taliban.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
Hibatullah Akhundzada. Something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It's a hell of a
I'm
name.
pretty sure I nailed it.
Has it got a photo of him? Or anything?
Just a dude in a turban. I don't know.
Yeah, because you never really see him. I think the Yanks said they killed him like 5 times or something.
Yeah, they would.
He keeps on getting resurrected.
Like maybe it's not even him, you know, the one that they show as the leader. It's probably just an actor.
You know, like they took on the Russians and stuff. And everyone, they were like, have you seen Rambo 3? I think it's Rambo 2 or 3. And at the beginning, they've cut it out now, but at the beginning said this movie is dedicated to the Mujahideen freedom fighters of Afghanistan. You know, the leader of which was Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, they supplied him with all the rockets.
Yeah, well, they trained. Osama actually went over to the States. He got trained actually in the United States.
Yeah. Who was that? There was a senator that got all the funding for it. There was a movie on that too.
Wasn't John McCain? John McCain was big in on it.
It could have been him.
Yeah, he was into everything, man. You know, so they built these nutcases up, as they do everywhere, because they wanted to have a go at Russia, and then they came back and bit them on the ass. And but there's some footage. I remember years ago when the war first started, and I was jumping on YouTube and trying to get some footage and what's going on. And there's this couple of mullah dudes or something, you know, like the full turbans and all that, surface air missiles on their shoulder. And there's these Apache Hawk helicopters flying around, and these guys are hiding behind a bush in the middle of the desert. It's like a fucking, I don't know, it's like the size of this camera or something. And they just weren't giving a shit. Like they give, they already have the last rites when they go into battle, so they consider themselves already dead. So if they survive, and they were just like laughing and all this and shooting off these fucking, and taking these helicopters out.
They're probably high.
They probably are high. Yeah, crack does a lot.
Yeah,
a lot
like
of that.
World War II soldiers, a lot of Japanese. And
Yeah. Oh, the Nazis. Hitler was a
Nazis,
screwed freak as well.
Yeah.
But remember,
They call it the drug wars.
in Bosnia, we were talking to who were we talking to? It was
Maz.
Yeah, Maz. Yeah, she said they were all on it. It just completely fries their brains, man.
Yeah. Well, you don't need anyone thinking in a battlefield.
No. Yeah.
You just need to be ready to go.
Yeah. Follow the orders.
But I think that whole war shit is coming to an end anyway, because we got tiny little wasp drones that will go through your ear and explode and shit. So
There's too much technology.
Yeah, it's over.
There's no need for it now. Anyone can blow anyone up now.
Yeah.
So what's the need for it?
Yeah, except for all the third world countries, they'll still keep attacking them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ones that can't defend themselves.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
But what's the need for them unless they got resources? But no one's going to touch them.
Yeah, well, they do, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
A lot of them shitty countries have got a lot of good stuff.
And it makes you wonder why they're shitty. That's because they got lots of good stuff.
Only one or two people gets rich, don't they?
Yeah, that's right.
The way it rolls.
That's the setup.
And anyone that wants to distribute it throughout the people gets taken out.
And it happens
That's
everywhere.
That's kind of how it looks.
Well, even here, remember when Kevin wrote and he tried to bring in a tax on $1 trillion profits for mining companies, and they booted him out. You know, I'm like, hold up, and Gina Reinhardt got out there with her high vis on. I'm Gina Reinhardt. Like, fuck off. She was born a billionaire.
Yeah,
and all these fucking idiots followed her in it. I'm like, all he wanted to do was tax the mega wealth. You know, it was a once in 100 years boom. In the 90s and noughties. And in Finland, they had that, and they saved all the money. And now they've got like $7 trillion in the bank. They've got like $1 million per every Finn. They are set for the rest of the history of Finland. Bloody and Australia could have done the same, but Howard just went out there and gave tax breaks to all his mates and spent all the money, you know.
Was it Howard that called he wants all these little Aussie battlers?
Yeah.
Was it him that called?
The battlers. Yeah. What's a battler?
Someone who struggles.
Yeah. He obviously struggled.
He was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Politics.
We're going everywhere today. When's the last time we did a bloody podcast, man? It was so long ago.
Oh, man.
3 months, I think.
Oh, bloody hell.
I didn't even know if we were actually doing one today or not. I just maybe thought testing some cameras and out. So
yeah, I think we'll watch it back.
I think just stick it up.
It should be all right.
Everyone's got to be cool. It's not going to be up to our usual standard, you know.
It's better than I thought, though.
Yeah. Even the layout on my screen and stuff looks better than it used to on these things. So they've stepped it up.
Are you hooked to a mic, Mark?
Nah, I can, but then I can't hear you for some reason.
Yeah.
I'll do my best to sort that out. But
I don't know if that will improve your end much or what, but we can figure something out.
I was just we spoke about Nazis earlier. So there's another big, it was like a week ago on 60 Minutes. I just watched it. Another big Nazi party discovered in Australia. I didn't finish watching the whole thing. I just watched 20 minutes of it. They were making out like they're doing this big undercover investigation and how dangerous all these guys are. But they're all like unemployed and just like 22, 28. I'm like the most influential group of idiots ever.
Yeah.
They're meeting up at some bloody bowling club to have their headquarter meeting, and it was like top secret and dangerous. And it was a bit laughable, really. I'm like, these guys still getting around, and you know,
trying to drum up a story, eh?
Yeah,
that's all.
Even like looking at the ones on Netflix and that. Have you seen any? I can't remember which one it was, but even that, he was supposed to be the head of like the Nazi party in the States or something.
Oh, was that the Louis Theroux one?
Yeah, it was, and even he was a bit of a joker, that guy. Like, he had a Mexican friends, and he had all these double standards, and they don't know what they're sticking by. And
they're just kind of lost dudes, and I think it's the same for like the Nazis, and probably for the radical Muslims and all that. Like, if you're a young man and you're just disenfranchised, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You can gravitate. You should be gravitating towards rock and roll and stuff, but for some reason you can get sucked into politics or something else. And I think, it's just part of being part of a group, It's a nice thing, even if maybe not that group's a nice thing, but, I think that's the main gist of it, a lot of lonely people. And also they always blame the wrong people. That's the thing that annoys me about all of them. They never blame the banks,
because I hardly think, I think they're the most discriminated groups are hardly causing us any, they always speak about losing jobs and stuff to them. I'm like, well, they're not the guys with billions and trillions of dollars.
Absolutely. And where'd all the jobs go? They got the business corporation with the business roundtable got together and sent them all overseas. It was a fucking plan. And no one says, fuck the business roundtable. So it's a typical thing. It's just divide and conquer.
Ignorance. Just
ignorant. Keep them ignorant. Keep them at each other's throats. Blame someone else, That train's never late. It's on the way. Hey, you'll be happy. So what did I say? I bought a trombone. I think you might have seen that.
How's your lessons going?
Well, I'm not doing. I went great for like a week. Then I got into other things. I thought I'd be able to just get it. it'd be rocking, and it's really fucking hard, man. So yeah, Pop came over and gave me a lesson on how to blow, and it's not something you can just pick up. It's gonna take a bit of work.
Need to do some reps.
Yeah, need to do some reps.
It's
some
not
curls.
as easy as it looks, ladies.
Nah, it's annoying. But the albums are coming along. I've got 3 on the go, so I might be able to get 3 done by the end of the year.
What was your target?
3.
Was it?
Yeah, I said it somewhere on episode something.
Yeah, I think it was maybe a couple of weeks after New Year's, was it?
I think it was. Yeah, I was still drinking a lot.
Yeah,
and I'm having a good shot at it. I'll let you know when the video's up. We'll whack them up.
That's the purpose of New Year's resolutions. Just to have
you recorded any of the second one yet? Or you just written everything?
I've got how many tracks have I got done? I've probably got about all up over the 3. I've got about probably 7 done. So I probably need, I don't know, 27 or something like that, or 24. Yeah. So I think I'll get there. It's a lot of fun. Well, this lockdown's actually for that. It's actually been pretty good, man.
Are you going to release them as demos?
Yeah,
I think that's the go.
I like demos. I
like one at a time, don't release a full album.
Yeah.
Blow your...
Just do it one at a time. Don't blow your load at once.
Yeah.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Spread your load out.
Because then you
play the long game.
You can extend that. You could get 12 months out of that.
Yeah. You could. Yeah. Well, we'll definitely give it a go. And then compile them and say it's an album.
Yeah.
I think I don't think they can keep this lockdown on past next year. I think everyone's just going to tell them to get fucked.
Yeah, they'll just deal with it.
I've noticed around here anyway, like all our neighbours are all visiting each other and shit like that.
Yeah, I saw today when I was out. I saw heaps of like family members going to each other's houses and stuff. So I think people are just going, we'll stick by the public rules, but fuck, if you can't go.
I think the government, they only had a short time to lock down hard and everyone would have followed it, and she just let it drag out, man. She should have just gone fucking nuts.
It's not lockdown though, is it? You can
Bunnings
go to
open.
work, Bunnings is open. Like
coffee. How essential is coffee? Like I love coffee and I don't want it to shut, but it's not fucking essential to go and get a burger and a coffee. Like,
no, it's not.
McDonald's is open.
Yeah,
that's right. So why are they allowed to be opening at hairdressers and all these other people, gym owners and stuff? They're fucked, Like, hold on. So it's just not. It's unfair.
It's an attack on the arts.
You're allowed to destroy your You're allowed to destroy your immune system and wreck your health, because the bottle shop always stays open.
Yeah,
but if you can't go to a gym and work out and strengthen your immune system,
you've hit on a really big story that no one's talking about.
Beaches are closed as well.
There's been millions of hours worldwide on COVID and what drugs and vaccines, and there's been literally not 1 hour anywhere of how to be healthy and what food you should be eating, what you need to do to strengthen your immune system.
How to do it naturally.
Yeah, which is the only way to do it. Hey, like it's even with vaccines and that, if you're fucked, if you're obese and that, it ain't going to help you, man,
No.
And if you get healthy and you get internally healthy,
is this the segue?
Healthy, well, I don't want to go on about my spiel, but no, it's just that.
Go into it.
Well, I want to go into ivermectin,
Okay.
What Trumpy said. Ivermectin, they're using it in India and it's fucking curing people and stopping them from dying. And in the West, we're saying it's all crap. And Oxford just came out with the study, didn't say it didn't work, but they said there's not enough evidence, bullshit, don't trust it. Okay, and then there's other studies in the States done it, and they're all funded by companies that have their own vaccines. Yeah, ivermectin is off patent. It's basically free. So,
there's a good podcast with Brett Weinstein and Dr. Pierre Corey on JRE.
They say the same thing, do they?
Yeah, they've got like a little committee going where they
did one test.
Yeah, they're doing their own testing.
Oh, good on them.
I can't remember what the Dr. Rory... He was like a lung specialist or something like that.
Yeah, I
can't remember what it was, but and they're both saying there's some really good studies coming out on ivermectin.
Yeah,
it was almost 100% of the doctors that used it as a preventative when they were in intensive care didn't contract it.
Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, and the other half that they didn't use it, but then tried to use it as a treatment. I think maybe to some high percentage that they got a lot better, a lot quicker, and maybe half of them, or 70% or something, ended up contracting it.
But it's still not enough studies over the time either.
Yeah.
But there's not enough studies because there's not enough money to be made from it.
Yeah,
it's off patent.
Super cheap. And it's for scabies and sheep and shit as
well.
So
why wouldn't you just have it in there? Why is there a whole anti? Why is it anti? We can't use that jargon. Well, hold it. This is bullshit.
Because all these other corporations have already made this vaccine.
A vaccine that fucking stops working after 6 months.
Yeah, how studied and how much evidence have they got that shit works? Like, if we've only been using it for 8 months, it's not. How many vaccines do we ever use like the one that we are now? Yeah, and put such certainty in it, like the narrative that's behind the vaccine is it's the fucking be all and end all to getting out of COVID, but like the reality is no one actually knows.
Yeah,
and no one knows what it's like going to do long term yet.
Well, that's the thing, man. Like especially the mRNA or the RNA vaccines that are using part of the DNA strand. In fact, I think
that's scary.
A couple of them actually use the full DNA strand and get it into your cell. And they say it doesn't go into the DNA nucleus, but the thing is, they don't really know fuck all about DNA. Still, they just realise that there's a thing called epigenetics that only the actual human chromosomes, the DNA spiral. That's only 1% of the DNA in your body. 99% of the DNA in your body they thought didn't do anything, and now they're realising, this shit actually does something, but they don't know what it is. And now we're going and fucking with it. It's a really big. I think it's a huge risk. Whereas if we actually wanted to stop people dying, we'd get them off the fucking sugar. Get them outside exercising, off sugar, off lots of flour, off the fucking fast food. There's things we can do to make every human a lot healthier in our society, and you wouldn't need to worry so much about that.
There wouldn't be that. There wouldn't be that concern of the strain on the health systems and everyone fucking going in and dying or suffering.
And it'd be better for everyone.
Look at that rapid antigen
you'd be
test.
happy. Imagine how happy society would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that rapid antigen test everywhere because apparently it costs only like $1.
Yep.
So just fucking pump them out.
Yeah, it should be everywhere.
This vaccine thing doesn't sound like it's working that too well.
Well, it's going to work well for the corporations, man, because they're going to have to give you a booster shot every 6 months. There's one coming out, Novavax. I don't know. Like, I want to travel, man. Like, as soon as the bubbles, I want to go back.
And that's where they'll get you. It'll be mandatory.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to get AstraZeneca if that's the only one we can get. You don't have a choice. AstraZeneca and Pfizer. And AstraZeneca, we know there's problems with it, and there's lots of studies about what the problems have. Pfizer, there's fuck all studies on it. And I'm like, why? It's been out long enough. And they say, it enlarges some people's hearts, but there's not enough studies on it. And I'm like, hold it, Pfizer's one of the largest companies in the world. Why haven't they done the studies? And that because they don't fucking want to do the studies.
Yeah,
at least AstraZeneca did the studies. We know what it's about. And the AstraZeneca, they're a company, but they're palms. Yeah. Whereas I think Pfizer just don't give a shit. And so I'm probably going to get that so I can go get out. Just get out.
Yeah, even though it doesn't work.
Even though it doesn't work.
But yeah, that's where we're at with it too. It's like, it's not mandatory, but but you can't do X, Y, and Z, or you can't really do the whole fucking alphabet if you don't go and get it. So it's right. You're put into a corner where why don't they just come out and say, you know what, it is mandatory. You do have to get it.
They won't because they don't want to look like
a dictatorship.
Totalitarians.
Because I'm not into that. Like people saying they should do. I'm like, no fucking way. The law stops at your body. You decide what you put in your body, man. And even if it's ridiculous, it's fucking up to you. Unless it's Ebola. Well, unless there's a 99% death rate. But what about then fucking maybe,
What about Wim Hof?
Well, Wim Hof's, I didn't think he's...
And he fucking breathed it out.
He breathed it out. He can get rid of... I don't know if he's had the vaccine, but I'm pretty sure he would have had COVID and would have been fine,
Yeah, let's study that.
Yeah.
Can you see Layla?
Yeah, it's going well.
It's going wild.
I've got the dog breaking in and trying to carry him out. I've got a puppy dog.
Oh, what type of dog?
A Roddy Cross German Shepherd.
Oh, going to be a big boy.
Yeah, he's going to be super smart. I'll get him on camera real quick.
Yeah, cool. Everyone loves puppies.
Look at the paws on him. They're massive.
Jeez.
What's his name?
Dempsey.
Oh, Dempsey.
Then after Jack Dempsey.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Yeah. Bye, baby. Anyway, yeah, that's the fucking vaccines, eh? That's the conversation piece at the minute, I think.
The second dog on the podcast.
Is it? It is too. Yeah.
Inge. With a pedigree dog.
I wonder how the stump work's going.
The stump work?
With the movies and that is still on.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Well, I reckon.
Yeah.
There hasn't been much going on. There hasn't been many.
No. I did talk to her a little while ago. Yeah, because Mortal Kombat 2 come out. And I said I was going to go see it. But
did you see it?
I ended up getting really sick. That's when I thought I had COVID. And I'm like, if this isn't COVID, then, COVID ain't shit. So I went and got tested, like pretty much thinking I was positive, and no, didn't have it.
No.
Black lung kicking in again.
Maybe. Who knows?
Can't stop my back.
What happened to your back, man? You were doing some training?
Man, I was standing still and it just went spastic. It was the worst. So I've been able to train for 3 weeks and it kills me, honestly. I've worked out I have to be able to train or I just can't really handle life, so I just drink more and
what about the base?
Hey? Base, I know, I've tried it. It just doesn't do the same thing for me.
Train with the
base.
Put weights on the motherfucker.
I enjoy doing it, but I'm just too mental. Like, I have to, I just want to punch shit at the minute, to be fair.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just going to go the next couple of years hard.
Go hard.
I'm going to do it properly. Like, I haven't boxed properly in a long time. And I was so dissatisfied looking back now with how I did in my last fight. The way I boxed, the attitude I went in, the preparation I had, I'm like, I need to get back to doing what an athlete does, and that's be busy and live the life and even that. I don't know. I just had a big chip on my shoulder, a lot of shit going on. And I don't know, I just don't want to finish like that. I want to give myself a good shot the next couple of years and then go out.
Is there any fights going on at the moment? I'm trying to Google.
Like Queensland, I still think they got shows planned. November, they reckon it'll kick off. Like there's supposed to be some 3-day blockbuster with no limit, and I think there's a couple of shows planned. So,
are they in lockdown now?
Queensland. No, I don't think so.
No, they are. They're open, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. You got a plan.
I got a plan. I'm a man with a plan. I've always had many plans this year, but I'm set now that this is what I want to do. So I'm like, I've got to give it my best, and I'll take up base after that.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah. Plenty of time for base.
Yeah, you just got to build a habit.
Yeah,
that's all. Man, I've been too in my head to learn anything. I think.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Apart from trying to do this music thing and looking after the kids, my daughter, my 16-year-old, she got me into some anime. So I've been staying up like fucking to midnight, from 8 o'clock to midnight. We just watch Attack on Titan.
Is that on Netflix?
I think it's on one of them. I think we get it on Anime Lab. I paid $7 a month. It's only $7 a month. And fuck, this Attack on Titan. You think Game of Thrones was good, and it's about 10 times better than Game of Thrones when Game of Thrones was at its best.
Season 1.
Yeah, it's the Attack on Titan. It's fucking amazing, man. It's like you're standing up shouting, going, "Yeah, this is great."
It's not on Netflix. I don't think.
It's basically there's these humans just turned huge and deformed, and there's a tiny little enclave of human behind these giant walls.
It's a manga series.
There's a manga series,
bring it up.
They did have movies of it, but just you got to watch it, man. On the get the anime. It's great. 150 episodes, and I'm up to like 100.
Anime all like Japanese, is that?
Yeah, it's all Japanese.
It's the style, though, isn't it? Anime is the style, is it? Or is that
I think it's kind of the style because manga is the comic book and anime is the movie of the comic.
Okay,
I think.
Did you ever watch that Parasite?
Yeah. It's all like Parasite was fucking good as well. Eh?
That was a heavy story.
Oh yeah.
For a fucking cartoon.
They're all heavy ass. Like this fucking Attack on Titan. It's deep, man. I've been thinking about it. I stopped at midnight. I've watched the last one and the final series comes out in January. And it's just got me thinking about shit in my childhood. And all that stuff. It's like really heavy. Yeah.
There's another one, a good one called Death Wish.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Is it Death Note? Or
Death Note. Death Note. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Have you watched that one?
Only some of it. Yeah.
There's like a demon that kills people. and you write a name in his book, and then that person dies. That person dies.
Yeah.
And it gets like, so it's like a cat and mouse game where this guy's trying to catch this guy.
Yeah, and he never gives him his name or something, does he? So you can't kill him.
Yeah, that's right. It's pretty interesting.
Well, their storylines are, and I like it because a lot of Hollywood films and they all seem to be written by heaps of people, written by all these people, and that was the manga. The Japanese, there's one person writes it, man, and they can do whatever the hell they want with it, and it just makes it a lot more interesting. I think music's the same. Like most pop music is written by a collab, of 7 or 8 people. Sometimes, like Nashville country songs, it's like 16 people write one shitty country song.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, man, it's the way it's all done now. So, and you get nowhere.
No.
Democracy is not
there's no feeling in that music.
No, that's my G chord.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, brilliant. You went to a B. So, it's like, check them out. Or maybe don't check them out because you get addicted, man. That train will go out the window. You'll just be there for Attack on Titan. Captain Levi.
I need something to do while I'm resting.
So is this an old injury? Was it?
Yeah, it's from like 5 years ago. I finally got an MRI on it. It's kind of just happens once a year type thing when I'm not getting treated or I'm out of shape or whatever.
Yeah.
And it just sends me into spasm and just like, it's so fucked, man. You never understand like back pain until someone's actually had it, that not back pain, like until their backs actually go and they experience spasm. Like everyone looks at you like, this is a bit of muscle, but it's not, it just debilitates you. You cannot move. It's
your whole body, it's fucked.
Oh, it's fucked, man. I couldn't even get up to go to the toilet at first. Like,
shit, really?
Stand. Like, it's hard to stand to hang a leg. It was shit. But you learn how to, like, manage it. And once the spasm lets go, like, it's all right. But this time the pain kind of stayed a little more acutely, like, in the vertebrae. So I went and got an MRI, and it's like I do have disc damage, which we always thought, it's probably not the disc. It's just this facet joint jamming all the time. But I do have like the disc is like a little worn away, and like it's bulging as well. So it's pushing on the nerve.
Oh, but bloody hell. Yeah.
I've got some good anti-inflammatories, like prescription ones. And now that it's been 3 weeks and I've got into them for a day, the difference is ridiculous. Like, so I reckon within 2 or 3 days I'll be back out training. Thank God.
Yeah.
But I just got to look after it and try and. At least I know what it is now. Hey,
don't stand. Don't keep still.
Yeah,
keep moving.
Yeah, I've got to keep moving. It's driving me like that's what's killing me at the minute. Like just sitting. That's why I got to keep wriggling and shit. You probably haven't.
Makes it interesting.
Like a statue. So yeah, it's all right. It's getting better.
Adam, what's going on with you? Coal mining again?
Back in the pits.
Yeah, coal miners died.
He's more interesting than that now, though. He's at uni.
Yeah, I'm happy though at this mine, so it's great. I'm just worried it'll shut, and then I'll be depressed again. But
don't be depressed. You got all this other work.
I never get depressed.
No,
I'm flying. Going really good. Guitar, doing grade 7.
Ooh, nice.
So, what else? Tons of books. I've smashed that 12 books. Was it 15 books? Whatever I said.
I think you said 12.
Yeah, I'm like 15 or 20, something like that. If I add all the audio books, that is.
Yeah,
so,
that's good.
Yeah, I haven't been watching any TV. I wouldn't know like any of the news. I just talk to my dad because he's
getting a bit.
He's getting a bit obsessed with it.
It's hard not to.
Yeah. Every morning.
You jump on YouTube, it's just, it's all there. It all makes you angry, so you feed into it more.
Yeah, they're so good at that, man? Get sucked up. I've got a thing where I'm not allowed to go on YouTube 3 days a week now. So, and it makes my life better, man, because you just go down a vortex, waste so much time. I ain't got time
that's
to waste,
the thing.
Man.
It's time to waste. Yeah, I think everyone should maybe allocate certain time to everything, and then, once that time's up, fuck it. That's it.
Yep.
You got to cut it off.
It's got to go.
Yeah.
And speaking of got to go, we got 10 minutes left.
Oh no, that's shit. We're gonna have to sort this out.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is good. This is a good pilot run.
Yeah. We'll put it as I don't know. We'll come up with a sub name for it.
It's our warm up out of lockdown.
Yeah.
Flash.
Yeah.
Slash first virtual.
Well, I don't think we said anything too controversial because with the COVID thing, I don't want to be controversial and think it. People have died and shit of it. Like it is a thing, but we should be able to debate the thing. It shouldn't get all hysterical, man. Like we're allowed to talk.
I didn't say controversial. I said flash virtual.
That's right. Flash virtual, is that your stripper name?
Yeah. That'd be a good one.
It's a virtual penis. Oh, sorry, the kids there.
Oh, jeez.
I can't get the room alone for 40 minutes.
Oh, that's why we had to do it out here in the garage, man. I spent all morning hooking up the, getting under the house and drilling holes through the floorboards to get the Ethernet cable out here so we could do it. Because there's no way the kids will let anything like this shit happen.
It's going great too.
Yeah.
Full internet.
Man, we are rocking.
From what it used to be, fuck.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty bad. It was well
worth
it.
Are you researching stuff, Willie?
Yeah. What do you want to know?
You're with Jamie?
Yep. I can do that.
Quick feedback. I'm just asking if it's working, that's all.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all going.
We're rocking. Good. Once we're back on, we'll have to call this not Smack Panda podcast. I think there should be COVID cast or something, and that should be COVID cast number 1 or something.
Yeah, we can do like a sub in your channels. You can do like a sub one.
Yeah, we'll do that.
It's still Smack Panda, but the COVID Chronicles.
This is the vaccine. The vaccine to missing out on the show.
That's right. Yeah. We'll give you a little bit of it so you get immunity.
Yeah, it's good for us too. I won't be able to speak when I get back otherwise.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I need the male conversation in my life at the minute.
Yeah.
Been in a house with girls.
You haven't got a pink shirt on yet, so they haven't got you yet.
Taking a stand. I am growing a pair of tits, but
people like tits. They're good.
They do. I mean, I do. To be fair, not mind that.
I remember it was on Joe Rogan's fucking stand-up thing. I talk about him all the time, but he's in the same situation as you with all the girls. And he goes, I'm at this point now, I'm just going, okay. Like, I'm fucking give up. He goes, all his swords are gone.
He could hire a son, that guy. He's got so much money.
Yeah, he could, You've got to give Jamie a pay rise.
I got a mate, there's an old mate, and I knew him when he was maybe in his 60s, and I don't think he'd ever had a girlfriend. I don't think he was gay.
Just
and he never had a wife. And I worked with him, and he came to one of Haley and mine gig, and your parents were there, and he sat with them, and afterwards, we had
he was happy that he wasn't.
Well, no, but he's just for a man having a wife just rounds off the sharp edges, and having females in your life, and he didn't have any of those rounded things. His mouth just wouldn't shut up, and he just really kind of fucked everyone off. You know?
Wow.
Like, not in a bad way, but...
So he wasn't civilised,
not really civilised,
Yeah.
Just wouldn't let conversations go and couldn't read the room and everything. And I was just thinking, if he'd had a wife for 20 years, she would have sorted that shit out.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe
Damn
not.
paper edges.
Maybe that's why I never got one.
No. They do that, don't they, Matt? They wear you down.
Oh, yeah. Well, they mould you like a bit of clay.
Yeah.
They classify you.
Is it moulding like clay or more like breaking?
Like breaking
sticks,
breaking it, adding some urine and fixing it back up. You got to keep a file in there to escape, though. There's always a little file hidden in the middle of that model.
Little shiv stuck under your arms.
Yeah, that's right. Just bring it out every now and then.
Every now and then, when you're enough's enough.
That's right. Because I think with the ladies, I don't, might want a perfect man, but they'd hate a perfect man.
Yeah, they'd get bored, wouldn't
they? They got nothing to complain about. That's what I was saying to him the other day. I was like,
we're going to get in trouble here.
No, I don't even care. I said, if I was perfect, you'd be upset with that because you'd have nothing to complain about.
Yeah.
That's like, the goalpost with a wife it's never met. You meet that one and they move it here.
It's a work
and you
on
meet
progress.
that one. I'm like, it's never ending.
Yeah.
No, that's right. They work you all the way around. And you remember when it was like the emo man, we want our men to be more emotional? No, they fucking don't. They hate that shit. emotional
Someone kill us.
Well, that's what I think anyway. Who knows? I don't know what goes through their heads.
I've got no idea. I've given up on trying to find out.
You just better off being a man.
Yeah, just be happy with them and
we're simple folk.
Yeah,
Monkey head.
keep it simple.
Keep it simple. So what do you got on for tomorrow, man? Oh, you're building you've got the shell of a garage or a shed, and now you've lined it and put a door on it or something like that.
I've lined a section of it, so that's taken me weeks because I did my back. I'd done like parts of 2 walls.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting ply in there so it has a more authentic look and feel to it. Then I went and got the rest of the ply, so I'll finish the back wall off today. Put up my floor to ceiling, put a fence around the outside part of my gym. So like I've got the strength and conditioning stuff just outside the door in our undercover area. I've like separated it. So now the gym's completely separate to home, and the kids and the dog can't run through there if I don't want them in there. Or if I've got clients in there or whatever. So it's good. It's coming on good. And it's been good practice because I've never done anything remotely easy. And there's no real risk if I screw anything up.
Who cares if you do?
It's the gym. Like,
you always fuck something up.
Oh, shit. Like, when we've been here like 4 years or something, the shit I did when I first met it was atrocious. None of it's fucking level and stuff. It's just, and now I'm going to pull apart a deck I make because it's fucked. But I'm okay now. Now I've got decent tools now. I actually really enjoy it.
But that's how
it's fucking fun.
When you're even just an apprentice, you don't turn up and you just start, smashing things up dead straight and plumb. Like, it's all fuck. You learn as you go. Everyone kind of thinks maybe they don't do something because they're not natural at it or something.
Yeah.
I look at other men and I'm always like, I just don't have that man knowledge. You just assume that every other man can do that
with
shit.
it or something.
They're not though. They're all just faking it.
No, they just do it for a job or they just have a dig.
Yeah, that's it.
Just keep it straight. The
amount of times.
Keep it level and square, man. That's all you got to do. There's only 3 rules.
Yeah. That shed I built, fuck, man, the amount of times I was going to Bunnings to fix something that I fucked it was every day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Bunnings loves it, man.
They do.
The bees. We've got to stop advertising them.
We do, because they're like the fucking monopoly.
They are, man.
They fucked all the small hardware and...
It's a tough one, though, but they do pay their staff really well. The small hardware guy couldn't afford to pay, so it's a real quandary. It's good to top it to finish on because, like, with this deck, I went and got some wood, and I got the last wood, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was. I know I said it before, and I completely forgot. So let's re-go it. But yeah, man, there's shortages everywhere, people. So reuse your wood, man.
Are you going to go on about into your diet?
We're going to have to leave that for... I've been up to a lot, Mark.
Another episode
because we got less than a minute.
Shit.
So we're about to go, so we better sign off, man.
All right, quick, hit the fucking outro.
Outro, finish.
All right, we love you.
See you, boys.
Good to see you, bro. Later, man.
Yeah, bud.
Later, dude.
All right. That's us. Ciao, fellas.
See you, mate.
See you, mate.